Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for serious tarot people. This is not rainbows and lollipops and all that feel-good stuff. This is after the truth for you. Today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the following day. See, because we're talking about frequencies. Tarot, and I've done this tarot stuff for over 20 years. Tarot is the science of potential. Potential, that's the key. In other words, you have to get involved on some level. Could be actual physically doing something, mentally, emotionally, leading, of course, to some sort of spiritual development, evolution. But manifesting is the single most important thing a human being can do. It's creating pictures, stories, scenes in your own imagination. And if you can do that, it will change your life. Good or bad? Well, that's dependent upon what your delusion happens to be. That's why I tell people all the time, and I've done astrology for over 50 years, tarot for over 20. Take astrology because it is the science of cycles. Cycles within cycles within cycles within cycles. Find out using your north node, your ascendant, your moon, house placements, etc. Find out where your destiny lies. Find out what you should be here to do. Now, maybe a more complex thing than that. It may be that the indications are saying, geez, it doesn't feel comfortable. But eventually, if it says so in your chart, the odds are you're going to evolve into that. Or you're already there, but you haven't followed up. The point is with that information, you can find your life purpose, your life destiny. You can do the same thing with numerology. With dealing with tarot, this is a potential. This is a frequency. You only see 5 cards on the screen. There's no going to be dancing bears. There's not going to be any kind of AI. There's not in any animation. You're not even going to see me. I'm not important. What's important are the 5 cards. Together they create a frequency for right now. Now, this reading is going to run about 10 or 12 minutes, probably closer to 12. This 5-card spread will set up some sort of a frequency. It will either apply to you, you're going to feel it. If you do, take off, go, don't stop. As the door being opened. If you don't feel it, don't worry about it. 80-85% of the people who view any tarot reading or any astrological reading or numerological reading, about 80-85% don't resonate right at that moment. You're not in that space. You will be tomorrow, next week, next month. You will be. And in the meantime, you may pick up some little gems of knowledge or insight that will be helpful to you. But don't put all your cards on the table today. If it resonates with you, great. Like I said, go for it. If it doesn't, get what you can. My job is to inspire you. The meme for today may help out a little bit. The meme for today says, the fact of the matter is that most people don't have the stomach to deal with what's really going on. So they disregard what's going on, fall back into illusion or delusion. For the first time in recorded history, that means the last 6,000 or 7,000 years. Before that is kind of vague for a variety of reasons. But for the last 6,000 or 7,000 years, we have not had the capacity to wipe out humanity overnight. We have that capacity, or are soon to have that capacity. And the goal, as outlined in words, in English, from people like Bill Gates, he said it, but there have been a number of others. By 2050, they want the world's population cut from about 8 billion now to about 500 million. In easy numbers, that means you put 10 people in a room, 9 die. 1 survives. That's what they want. That's what they've said. And when you look at the world, they've poisoned our water, they've poisoned our air, they've poisoned our food. they have directly come at us with all these so-called quote-unquote medicines that we are now finding are killing people. Just in the past week or so, 3 high school kids playing football dropped dead on the field. Heart attack. High school kids, 3 in 1 week. Heart attack. So this is where you need your manifesting ability. You need to take a positive stand to protect yourself. And manifesting is probably one of the best suits of armor any human being can wear. So let's get to it. Middle card is the Oracle card. It says go the distance. Number in the top right corner is 47. 4 is stability. 7 is asking questions. 7 is wanting to know, reflecting, re-examining. What are you thinking? What are your beliefs? Why do you think or believe that way? And you put the 4 and 7 together, that equals an 11, which is a master number, but 1 and 1 in 11 are also 2. You have a major, major, major decision to make. If you're resonating with this, this is big stuff. This is life-changing. And that's why you have to go the distance, because you have to think of the long haul. You're not looking at, well, if I make a decision now, how am I going to feel a minute from now? It ain't going to work that way. Not going to work that way. You make a decision now and wait a year or 2 or 3 or 5. But you will see it change your life. But you have to change your thinking, to change course, to be able to have a whole different picture. And right now, I hate to use the term, but I will, because it says it succinctly, the shit is hitting the fan. You think we've had a tough last 4 years? They've been planning this for decades. More than 100 years. We are now seeing all of that planning coming to a head. They want it all. They want it all. You have to learn how to manifest. First card all the way on the left is the Tower card. Now, the thing about a Tower card is the fact that you can either do nothing and have it blow past you. If it does, it's going to destroy everything. And it will cause upheaval in your life. It will create a great deal of pain. You can also decide that you are going to anticipate and kind of prepare or begin the Tower process yourself. That's better. Because what that is a wake-up call. So you can choose to do nothing, like we were saying, because you just don't have the stomach to deal with what's really going on. You stick your head up your keister and you go, hey, I don't want to hear about it, which means the Tower moment is going to rip you to shreds. Or you can decide you're in it for the long haul. You're going to go the distance. You're going to start planning now. Now. Right next to the Tower, we have the 7 of Wands. Wands are thoughts, ideas, positivity, gratitude, and the 7 is defiance. Taking a stand, taking the offensive. This goes back to the idea of in for the distance, going the distance. I'm not going to fall for illusion, but I realize that I can't make the changes that will make my life better overnight. Not going to do it. I can begin today. I can begin to evolve in that way, the way I manifest. And that's why it's so important. Don't just sit there and wait for the tidal wave to hit you. You're going to be very, very, very unhappy with the results. Next card over is the Queen of Pentacles. Queen is, well, Pentacles, of course, are things that we value. And we've been taught that money and glittery and clothes and cars and homes and stuff, all this stuff is important. No, it's not. No, it's not. If I were to have a handful of gold and 5 loaves of bread and offer them to you, when you haven't eaten not one piece of food in over a month, which is the two going to be more important to you? The gold or the bread? It's going to be the bread. That's a value. That's a true value. Peace is a value. Friendship, love, joy, Gratitude, that's a value. How about this one? How about your time? How valuable is your time? What would you give to be able to go back to be a handsome, beautiful 25-year-old again? A lot of people would give everything they had. You get time but once. Money, you can lose and get back. Health, you can lose and get back. Time, it's gone. Here, gone. That's true value. And that's what the Queen of Pentacles is best at. She understands what is true value. She's resourceful. That's what you have to be if you're in it for the long haul, if you're going to go the distance. And finally, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, Pentacles. Knights bring gifts. And the Knight of Pentacles is thorough, practical, realistic. He's consistent, solid. And that's what you're going to have to make a commitment to. You're going to have to make the decision that A, you're going to go the distance. You're in for the long haul, and it's not going to be fast. It's not going to be easy. But it's essential. And so you will have to manifest real values, the sense of values we were talking about. The stronger your sense of values, the better and stronger, more capable you are for the long haul. We are on the precipice. Humankind can wipe itself out. Boom. And we're not that far away. I mean, we're real close. Are you prepared? Or are you going to let that tower moment happen on its own and say, hey, I don't care? If you do nothing, you will see that tidal wave coming and you will suffer the consequences. If you begin to get into the picture, begin to prepare, get ready for the change that you know has to come, if you're in it for the distance, the long haul, you're going to be much better off. But again, tarot is the science of potential. What's your potential? That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another manifested tarot reading. Between now and the next time you and I get together, peace and blessings.